working on the Ford F-250, and I got some replacement. These are called cab support panels, left and right. Seems like this is a pretty common issue on this truck. They are completely rusted out. That's actually the carpet there. The other side has a piece of signboard. I'll show you that in a second over there. But oh yeah, I undercoated this frame with chassis saver. So I'm gonna also undercoat all this, but I wanted to get this situation straightened out first. I have the patch right here. Probably a piece of angle iron I'll put in there and tie it back to the cab support. Yeah, but to get started, well, this side's nicer because this piece is here, this like rib. On the other side I'm missing this whole piece, you'll see it. So it's actually sagged down about 2 inches, and that's causing my door issue, that I have to weld that next, so we'll get there. But so the right way to do this is to cut all this out, take your panel off here, take your wheel arch out. I'm gonna take my wheel well plastic out, but I'm actually gonna go over top of all this because my fear is if I start chipping this off, I'm gonna lose more metal than is here, and it's gonna be a bigger project than I anticipated, especially with that floor being gone. And then at that point, like, I should just buy a new cab, which I looked into that. Those cab panels are not cheap. They were $75 a piece, and then my door panel was like 50 bucks, the pen trail on the other side. So let me show you the other side real quick, but we're going to start over here because this one's a little bit easier. The other side I have to take the e-brake cable off and pass it through and other things. So basically what I'm going to do is grind the black off of that bracket, take this bolt out, pass the panel through, lift the cab up, pass the panel through, put the bolt back in, tighten it all up with the panel just sitting here and all this ground for welding, and then do the best I can to get that thing attached. And then I'll put seam sealer all on it so we don't get any salt up here, because this is Pennsylvania and they salt the roads, and that's what happens. This is actually a New York truck, so it's even worse up there, up north a little bit. Alright, let's check out the other side. Alright, so here's the other side. As you can see, the whole frame has sagged down on top of the mount. This is the e-brake cable I need to take off and pass through. See if I can get this to focus. This is the floor. There's carpet above this, and that's like an old sign, I guess. This is a farm truck, so the farmer repair there. And again, I coated the frame, but I'm gonna coat all of this whole section here. And I'm going to do the same thing over here, but the only problem is I don't even think I have enough meat here to weld anything. The other side at least has like 3/4 of that bracket left. So I'm going to have to get creative here and probably put some cross pieces in there or something. But yeah, this one is all the way gone. Same thing over here. I'll take the bolt out, jack up the cab. What I'm getting is this issue here was caused by this issue here, and the door won't close. So I have like this whole side is lower. I think one thing that'll help me a lot is if that was up to the standard height, like another 1.5 or 2 inches higher, then the door will actually, the top will like tilt like this and close, and I should be able to get a better latch there, and then I'll know exactly how far I have to pull this together to get that this piece in right here, which I did purchase that. And then this sheet metal part, I'm gonna actually just do it by hand. That panel was hard to find for this extended cab because I think this is actually a rare version, and then it was still like another 70 bucks. So I just have some sheet metal from Napa. I'll cut that to length, bend it, weld that in there, and do some Bondo. I'm gonna do the same like black stripe here, but like freshen it up a little bit. The inside's looking a lot better. I'm gonna just do black duct tape on the seat, and I fixed this. Overdrive button was falling off. I gotta figure out how to get that off of there. I used the hose clamp to hold it. I might just leave it. I don't know. The inspection guy might not like that. I'm gonna put this inverter here in this CB radio. Got the whip antenna. I have to route through the A-pillar there. I'm gonna mount the fire extinguisher up here, and I actually have a Makita coffee maker I might mount up there. So it's getting there. The bed looks great. I bought a polishing wheel to buff and polish it, but don't have the right size on my buffer. And then I'm getting a piece made here, aluminum to match that gusset. So I'll weld in a gusset here to, and then weld this crack. And then I'll polish the whole bed. So to get it inspected, we've got to do all this rust repair, as well as 2 new front tires. 4-wheel drive doesn't work in 4-low either. My U-joints need replaced. They're in there, and I thought I could do them through that portal there, but I'm gonna actually pull everything out and get the spindle nuts. I'll show you guys how to do that and do it properly. I was able to reattach that badge right there, so that looks good. Gonna buff and polish the aluminum here. I got a buddy who actually sent his, he used the same ones. He sent it to a sandblaster and had them, what's it called? Anodized. And they look really good, but I might try to sandblast them. I don't know, I might just leave them. I just want to drive this thing. And when I was coating the frame, I hit the brake line and it just exploded. So now I'm probably do full front brakes on it. Eventually do all of them, change them out with copper nickel. This frame is solid.